We have lost our connection with our own families. We have seen many videos and movies and comments and even jokes about how families are all now on their phones instead of being connected through a family dinner like we did before, correct? And it is in every household. It is in my household. I have an example to give you today. And in hopes that you're able to at least start this journey and this movement that we want to do today of a digital detox. My niece, she goes into digital detoxes. She's 32, and it's very common for that group to start working on themselves because they're the ones that use the most. She pays $1,000 or more for 3 days of detoxing digitally. She goes on a retreat with, I don't know, 10 ladies or 10 women, and this lady takes them on a digital detox retreat. And she charges just to take their phones away. And doesn't that sound nice? It's a lovely lady too. I know her, and it's wonderful that they're able to do this for 3 days. They go hiking, they do things like this. So my next question to you is: do you have actually some measures in your house to do a family digital detox? Because at the end of this talk, we are going to give you some gifts so you can work with your family on this. So, with that, I want to talk a little bit about dopamine. Dopamine is one of those hormones that I love. It's the happy hormone. You know, it ends in im. So, lots of things end in im because it actually triggers a happy dosage uh, of happiness, happy, like a drop of happiness. So some people do it with drugs like cocaine, and so it activates your, dopamine. And some people do it with candy. Some people do it by buying and clothing and shopping. But when it becomes an addiction, and now we have, again, cocaine, drugs, and all these like alcohol, cigarettes, and you have to do it again. So that's why it becomes an addiction. And then at some point of time, we started noticing that we were more and more on screens. And for the last, I think, over 10 years, we have been trying to slowly undo the damage that we have done in our families. The dopamine levels are so high that our children have now gone into a world where they don't understand what is being without a screen. There's many cases reported of suicides because parents have taken off the screen from their children, and these can be children as young as 10 all over the world. Children are so addicted from the moment that they're babies to the moment that they realize that now they don't have any other way. They don't have a way out. So I do want to talk a little bit more about the not only how we can help each other and how we can help our children, our teens, and ourselves, but I also want to invite our guests. I'll post what I wanted to say, and then I'm going to bring Sonia first with what she has to comment about this. I have these stages, and I want to share with you some of this. I think that my computer is slow. Sonia, I want to tell you a little bit about this because you have 6 kids. I have one, 13-year-old. I just today, I said you're coming home, and I have to take this off until we talk about what happened. So these are my measures. Like I literally have to go on his screen every week and get the screen times. You see, I highlight what is wrong, what is over. We have agreed. We have agreements. And it's like he's over the agreement over and over and over. And so we manage, because I am a mother of a new age teen, that we know they have to be on screen for certain things. So, I do allow him to be like on Snapchat and social things. He's 13, of course, but things like Roblox and YouTube, and then we have a discussion about Netflix. Is it a screen or not to be on Netflix? And so there's just so much. And at the end of the game, I tell him there's only 24 hours in the day. So you have 6 children. So I definitely want to hear your take on this, because honestly, I'm tired of keeping track. My husband says micromanaging is not working. What is your take on digital screen?
Well, I'll tell you, when tablets came out and cell phones were out, what the battle was, it wasn't so much with the 6 kids and knowing about screen time. Affordability was the biggest thing. And I was like blown away by parents that were having 6-year-olds hold on to an $800 tablet and not be scared that it's going to break, or that it's not going to hurt their vision, or it's not, I personally, when my kids were young, they had no need for cell phones. Did they have tablets? Yeah, but I didn't have the means to be able to provide each one of them a tablet. So I didn't have the typical problems that most people. The one area that I had problems with was video games. Video games is something that sucks them in because they all had a PlayStation. They all had to have a PlayStation, and they found it one way or another with a friend that sold them one, or I would buy them one when they turned a certain age. But I think all time on a digital device has to be monitored. And parents, for myself, like I said, affordability wasn't in my reach, so I didn't have that issue in young ages. But as soon as my kids were like 12, 13, that's when they got introduced to the gaming and stuff like that. And I'll tell you, when I wanted to reprimand them and take away their device, sometimes it got really ugly because I didn't have contracts in place. I didn't have the rules and the boundaries in place. And if you're a parent or going to be a parent, or you're in the middle of raising that child, a good conversation with them, letting them know the boundaries and how it affects themselves as well as the family dynamic is extremely important. We all know that kids today have more coming at them than you can imagine. And the thing is, they have a lot of gadgets out there to monitor what places they go to. But unfortunately, most of the games that there are out there, there you might have pedophiles within those games. So I mean, it's so alarming to me to know that you have to be a parent that's actively involved. Okay. Today, this day and age, I'll tell you, I have one son that walks around with his phone on all the time. And I'm like, Alex, you can't turn that thing off. So I think it's really important, Claudia. Like I mentioned, you said 6 kids. Yeah, I wasn't able to control all of them all the time because I had to work as well. But I really do believe that in this day and age today, you have to have some type of rules to engage with those devices. You start them off at a young age, educating them about anything in excess. It could be food, it could be too much exercise, it could be even going to church too much and avoiding your family could be bad too, right? Everything has to have a balance. And I thank you for calling on me, Claudia. I was looking at what you're wearing and what I'm wearing. I'm like, did we call each other or what? I think mines think alike.
I
So
was thinking the same thing. You do look gorgeous. Thank